Whitfield Harris and Mr. Everton Bato Gonzalez and all the other commissioners down there, that $40 million loan that you all got from CUB for goods and services must go out for public tender. It must be advertised in the newspapers, must go out for public tender. You talk about transparency, Mr. Minister, and good governance. It did not go out for public tender. Where it went out for public tender? Oh, it was waived. You know how much legal opinions that the then Minister of pardon me? I know you can waive. But the same member for St. John's Wool East told us that it was illegal and told us that it was improper. So I know we amended it. I know we amended it. We amended it on the urging of the member for St. John's Wool East. Oh, so you waive a contract for $40 million, Madam Speaker, and tell me that is right? What kind of level of accountability and transparency you are professing in this country? It's not illegal, but it's bubble. It's bubble, it's bubble. It's corruption. To tell me nothing was illegal. Why waive it? Why not advertise it? In this modern day and age, we have a tenders board. What the tenders board is down there to do? Be a rubber stamp? Okay, well, I will ask the minister. I don't know the facts, all the facts, Madam Speaker. I'm just asking you to please, if it was not put out for tender, put it out for tender. So number 5, Madam Speaker, the UPP has no legal, moral, or any authority to play political games with the people's lives by taxing away large portions of the disposable income under false pretenses and then seeking to return small little bits and telling them about relief election, and after the election what you come and do? Slap it back on? And the total incompetence of the government will be punished too. Madam Speaker, they're incompetent. Some of the ministers over there are incompetent. They don't know how to do their job. And after campaigning against the so-called ghost workers, Madam Speaker, they used to tell us that we have ghost workers. People that are not on the payroll, going down to the treasury and collecting salary. All those false allegations they leveled at the previous ALP administration. And they said that we artificially inflated the wage bill to approximately $240 million. In 2003, what have they done, Madam Speaker, in 2007? The wage bill of the UPP, was $405.6 million, Mr. Minister. $405.6 million. That represents 69% increase, amounting, Madam Speaker, to $165.6 million. In the UPP's political philosophy, the people, Madam Speaker, who are supposed to actually come first, they actually end up last. And they only come into the equation after the UPP has abused the people taxes to justify its existence as the government of big money interests. You saw for yourself. You saw living testimony of how the Prime Minister behaved here today, defending David Chowell. Big money interests. You heard him? True. Mr. Member for St. Philip's North, you heard him? You would hold your head a ball. He never defend Hadid like that. Never defend Hadid like that. Oh, you would hold your head and ball. He says he's hurt. He's so hurt about the unfair accusations on hate radio and night soil radio about Ambassador David Chowell. And Ambassador David Chowell going to light up the whole country. He's the greatest thing to this country. Well, put him in the cabinet. Put him in the cabinet, Madam Speaker. Put him and the member for St. Philip's South and the member for St. John's Wool East and 80% of the cabinet. They would walk out of his cabinet the next day. So, number 9, you should have heard member for St. Philip's North. You never heard Baldwin Spencer like that. You would think David Chowell is God. Number 9, of course, is self-interest. The number 9, the exuberance of Errol Court and others for the investment vision, Mr. Member for St. John's Wool East, of Sir R. Allen Stanford, who has been torpedoed. Your vision for what you wanted for Stanford has been torpedoed by the distrust of the country's largest investor in this country, in the heart and in the bosom, in the heart and in the bosom of the Prime Minister for Alan Stanford. What he called him? Haughty, arrogant, and obnoxious. Can you imagine calling your largest investor haughty, arrogant, and obnoxious? Even if you feel so, Madam Speaker, you don't get up and make those public, irresponsible statements. That's just churlish. That shows immature, shows lack of leadership. Let him go and take a page from Lester Bird's book, man. Let him go and learn something. So, Madam Speaker, let's turn back to the serious business. We learn at page 16 of the 2008 budget of 2008, page 16, Madam Speaker, that over the period 2004 to 2007, real economic growth of 7% per annum. What the authors of the budget statement understandably did not tell us, Madam Speaker, is that over the same period from 2004 to 2007 is that the tax burden on the people of this country grew, Madam Speaker, by more than 20%. More than 20% per year. So you had real economic growth of 7% per year, and you jump up and say, great, UPP has the engine of growth going. But you're not saying how much the tax burden increased per year. More than 20% per year. So what this proud UPP achievement means is that the rate of UPP tax extraction from the economy was 3 times greater, Madam Speaker, than the rate of economic growth in the economy under this UPP administration. And you know, Madam Speaker, the truth is we don't need any rocket science or nuclear physics to come and tell us, to figure out that this UPP taxation gone mad policy is not sustainable. It is not sustainable, Madam Speaker. And it will eventually bring this low-tax friendly, low-tax jurisdiction built by the Antigua Labour Party to its knees. It's only a matter of time, Mr. Minister of Finance. It is not sustainable. The Finance Minister then goes on to tell us that indicators like savings and deposits are both pointing in the right direction. His numbers paint a picture of the modern-day miracle of overtaxed people saving more than ever before. Oh, he boasted that people are saving and how much money is in the banks under them more than ever before. But the same UPP taxation has left them with less to spend, Madam Speaker. Less to spend. It's basic economics. So don't come here and fool the people, Mr. Minister of Finance. And what I'm anxiously waiting to hear when the Finance Minister winds up his debate, Madam Speaker, is one, who are these mysterious people that the UPP has taxed so much more than they were taxed under the ALP, who now have so much more money to spend and to save? Who are they? I don't know them. You can tell the House who they are. And two, how has it been able to make people better off, to improve their living conditions and their quality of life? How? By leaving them with less money in their pockets? By reducing the disposable income to spend on increased cost of living in the country? So, Madam Speaker, after all the tall UPP stories about a record-breaking savings performance that we read, page 27 of the budget, that loans for consumer durables are now 69% higher than they were in 2003. The simple common sense interpretation of this, Madam Speaker, the simple common sense interpretation is that the very same people who do not have enough disposable income to spend in the supermarkets and in the stores in St. John's, they have to pay cash for consumable durables, and they are therefore, Madam Speaker, forced to face the banks and borrow more. And that's the truth, but he's misleading us and telling us, oh, loans for consumables have increased. Why they've increased? Because you take more money out of my pocket. So I have to go downtown and borrow, whether it's from my credit union, whether it's from my cooperative, or whether it's from the bank. And that, Madam Speaker, is the reality check from the UPP tale of two Antiguas. One Antigua is the luxurious tower The ivory tower where the UPP imposes and collects